So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about coaching and accountability and why you need it. And I'm sure that you're sitting there and you're saying, I need coaching? Seriously? And that is the reaction of many people. But yes, the truth is this. The truth is we all need to be coached. All right? And in a little bit, I'm going to go over some myths and some truths about coaching. But I want you to get this in your head because this is so important. We all need to be coached. If there's nobody challenging your dreams, if there's no one challenging you to the next level, then you're going to stay stagnant. And you're going to be in a pool of water that doesn't move. I remember as a child, we had a backyard. And in our backyard, we had a playground. And then my parents decided, hey, let's get a pool. And let's get the kids to learn how to swim. And my dad put up this really cool 3-foot pool. For us, it was huge. In my eyes, man, I was swimming in an Olympic size. But it was a small pool. And I remember coming home, running, literally, guys, running, taking off my school bag, and I would have my bathing suit underneath my clothes. And I was coming out, I'm taking off my school bag, throwing off all my clothes, and I would run, and the wall was so high that I would challenge myself to jump over the wall and into the pool. And I would do that every day after school. Run, take off all my clothes, and I would spend hours in the pool swimming. But then I realized that if I didn't use the pool or my dad didn't turn on the filter for a few days, something would happen to the water. The water started crystal blue, and then it would start getting cloudy. And then all of a sudden, we would have these little worms, these little things, and it would green water. And that's because the water was stagnant. The truth is, if you don't have coaching in your life, or somebody who's going to challenge you to the next level, or challenge your dreams and your goals, the truth is this. You're going to be like that pool, and you're going to start turning green, and you're going to have little ugly worms growing inside of you. That's the truth. You need to have somebody who's going to stir the waters in your life. Somebody who's going to want to make you dream higher. Somebody who's going to encourage you. And that's why today I believe that coaching and accountability is so important in your life. And you absolutely need it. Let's be real. We have a lot of unmet goals. And Dr. Nunez spoke about this earlier. A lot of unmet goals that we want to see into fruition. We want them to be fulfilled. But we need somebody who's going to help us. So today I'm going to answer some of the myths that exist about coaching. Number one, people confuse coaching as therapy. Myth number one is coaching is therapy. And the truth is that therapy is about uncovering and recovering, while coaching is about discovering. It's different. And a lot of people are afraid to say that they have a coach. Because if they say, oh, I have a coach, then somebody's going to walk up to you and say, oh my God, is everything okay in your life? All of a sudden, they're going to think that you are struggling or that you're going through a tough problem and that you need somebody to help you with your issues. That is not what coach is. Now, I want to make this premise right now because my husband is a therapist, a professional therapist. Some of you do need therapy. I'm going to be real with you. Some of you need therapy. Others of you need coaching. And there's a lot of difference in both of them. So I respect therapy very much. Therapy is about uncovering and recovering, while coaching is about discovering. Coaching is not about fixing problems. It's about creating new possibilities. It's about improving yourself. So if you're somebody sitting there and saying, I can improve myself, raise your hand. Good. The best coaching clients are actually high performers and individuals with potential that is just not realized. It's that CEO. It's that busy person. It's that busy mom that just doesn't have the time to really find and discover the next level in their life. Because the truth is, coaching is now a big thing in the world. All famous people have coaches. All big CEOs have coaches. Why? Because they've recognized that I'm already got to this level and now I need somebody to push me forward. And so when we have that person who can push you forward, it takes you into the next level. So coaching is not about fixing problems. And a lot of people get it confused with therapy because therapy has some common things with coaching. And I'm going to mention some of the commonalities between coaching and therapy. They both seek to help the individual, support them. They both deliver in the same way, the same thing, face-to-face or over the phone. They both want to take the person from the place where they're at now to the place where they want to be. But this is where coaching starts making its distinguishes. In a magazine called Choice Magazine, they had a list of what therapy is and what coaching is. And today I'm going to share that list with you. They said that therapy deals with the identifiable dysfunctions in a person, while coaching deals with the healthy client desiring a better situation. They said that therapy deals mostly with a person's past, their trauma, and they seek healing, while coaching deals mostly with a person's present and seeks to help them to design a more desirable future. Therapy is a doctor-patient relationship, whereas coaching is a co-creative equal partnership. So the coach helps the client discover, right, their own answers. Therapy, the therapist diagnoses and then provides professional expertise and guidelines to provide a path of healing, while the coach stands with the client and helps him or her identify the challenges, then partners to turn those challenges into victories, holding the client accountable to their desired goals. And therapy can sometimes be often slow and painful, but coaching is actually a growth. It's a process that's happening fast, and it's more enjoyable. These are some of the differences between therapy and coaching. Statistics say that there are some benefits to coaching. Coaching builds positive people. The International Coach Federation, which is the largest coaching credentializing body that exists, they report that 80% of clients improved in self-confidence once they got coaching. 73% of clients improved in relationships, not just business relationships, but in relationships in general because of coaching. 72% of clients improved communication skills because of coaching. And this one I like, 67% of clients improved in the life-work balance. Because I believe that our life should be balanced. And a lot of successful people struggle with this. This is the truth. They struggle with having a balanced life. They're so focused and so energetic and so inspired and so motivated to accomplish goals that they are rich in one area but very poor in another. It's so often when I see people in positions and leaders, they're very successful in what they do as their businesses, but their families are falling apart. We don't believe in that. We believe in a balanced life. And to keep that balance, you need to have a good coach like Dr. Nunez. Myth number 2, you have the questions and your coach has the answers. I don't know how many times I go into a coaching session and some of my people are here and they say, well, how and why? And they ask me all the questions. But the truth is, an effective coach has the questions for you and you have the answers within you. Your coach is only there to help you discover what you already know. What you already know. You have the answers. For example, if I'm going to coach somebody in security, let's say, right? And I know nothing about security. I know nothing about policing. I know nothing about the laws of policing. But that doesn't mean that I can coach a good police officer. Because the police officer was the one that was trained. The police officer already has the training and the knowledge. My job as a coach is to ask the police officer key, powerful questions that are going to help him identify the areas in which he's lacking and find the answers in which he already knows. Because he's gotten the training and he's gotten the knowledge already. So coaching is about asking really pointed questions. A lot of people, when they get to know me, they say, wow, Gigi is a little too much. My character can tend to be like that a little bit. And people right off the bat, they say, oh, she's a little serious, or she's a little rough, she's tough. Maybe because my father raised me to be a very independent woman. See, I know how to change my own tire. See, I know how to change my own oil. I know how to fix things in my house. I know the names of every tool that exists. Because my father said, you're going to be independent. You are powerful. Just because you are a woman, it doesn't mean that you need to be subjected or inferior. You have what it takes to be successful. And he gave me those tools. So if I get a flat tire, maybe 5 years ago when I wasn't married, I would fix the tire. But thank God I got married. And now I don't have to. I have a wonderful husband that's going to come and rescue me, and he's so handsome, and I love him watching him doing that. But if in the case something terrible happened to him, you better believe Gigi knows how to get on her knees and change that tire. Because tools were given to me. And now we just got to get those tools and bring them out. We discover what you already know. That's what a coach does. Powerful questions that are proactive. Powerful questions that bring out the answers, clarify action inside of you. Benefit number 2, coaching increases productivity. The ICF reports that 70% of clients that receive coaching improved in their work performance. 61% of clients improved in their time management. Oh God, can I stop there for a second? Time management. I don't care who you are. You can be the best CEO of the biggest company. You could be the president of the country. You could be Dr. So-and-so, Reverend, whatever you want to be. But the truth is, like I said earlier, time is not prejudice. And we all are fighting against the same enemy, and that is time. So is time going to be something you're fighting against, or is time going to be your friend? There's a wisdom that says there's time under the sun for everything. You know what you need to do is make that time. How are you managing your time? Now I'm going to get into that a little bit more later. But 61% of clients improved in their time management, and 51% of clients improved in team effectiveness. So there is a benefit in coaching. It increases your productivity. Myth number 3. I like this one. I can coach myself for free. I'm going to give you free advice today. Drop the E and go sign up for coaching as soon as I'm finished. Did you get that? E and go. In 2007, 2 authors by the name of David Macram and Stephen Smith, they wrote this book entitled Egonomics: What Makes Ego Our Greatest Asset or Our Most Expensive Liability. And using 5 years of research, they refer to something called the cost of ego. The cost of ego. And in their research, they spoke to hundreds and thousands of business people, and 53% of the business people estimated ego cost into their company's revenue. And they said it cost them 6 to 15% of their revenue. Listen to this. The astonishing thing is that considering that ego cannot be really measured by any standard, they have in their budgets a percentage of 6 to 15% of deals that they're going to lose because of what? Ego. If we calculate that 6% of revenue of the annual cost of what it is to have an ego, it would translate to this. Listen to this. It would translate to $1.1 billion to the average Fortune 500 company. That is incredibly expensive. Ego. Coaching helps check your ego. Isn't that the truth? There's a big difference between big ego and big ambition. There's a difference between a big ego and big ambitions, pride and confidence. Those are two different things. Big ego and pride against big ambitions and confidence. Big ego says this. Big ego and pride say this. I am the only one that can close this deal. I'm the only one that can make the right decisions. I am the only one that could push forward this situation. That's what big ego and pride says. But big ambition and big confidence say, if I can do this, so can you. See the difference? Where in big ego and pride, you feel like you're the only one that can make it happen. But the truth is this, and I'm here to pop some egos today. The truth is this. Teamwork is better than individuals. When you develop the right people in the right place and you have the right team, you're going to be successful. That's why I love when Isa was here this morning. He said, I did 1 million and 24 million. He was talking about everything he did, but he said this, if it had not been for the people I have on my team. You see, that's big ambition. You see, that's confidence. If he would have stand up here and said, I am the only one that could accomplish such a great thing, 67% of companies die and 80, whatever the heck he said, then he would have a big ego and a big pride issue. But no, he knew that it was because of power of a team. So I want you to sit there and think about, what is it that you are involved in? What is it that you're doing? Do you have the right people in the right places? Because you need a team. Coaching helps you check your ego. When we have big egos, we are overconfident and arrogant. But when we have too little ego, then we lack the confidence and self-esteem. So the truth is, we need to have a balanced ego. Jim Collins, in his book, Good to Great, a wonderful book, I recommend it to all. He writes the question, why do some companies make the leap and others don't? And he asked this question to many companies, and 2/3 of the cases between average and good companies, they said, we have noted, listen to this, we have noted that the presence of ego has contributed to the demise or the continued mediocrity of the company. Ego. I want to help you out a little bit, just in case you're confused if you have pride or confidence. So I made a little list of things. If you say yes to all these answers, you can see me afterwards. I'm going to give you a special discount and then refer you to the therapist. Warning signs of a big ego says this: you find yourself being defensive when your ideas are attacked. That means you have a big ego. You continually compare yourself to others. That means you have a big ego. You seek acceptance to justify your ego and your needs. You crave respect. You love recognitions from others. You point to, this is good. You make a point to showcase your brilliance. That means you have ego. This one's good too. You view colleagues as your rival, and you plan a method on how to beat them all the time instead of serving them. That means you have a big ego. You disagree with people simply because they don't like your idea or you didn't come up with it first. You criticize the competition strategies without considering the value that they may have. And I can go on and on and on, but the solution is this. If you're CEO, we must invest in our human capital. If you are a leader, you must invest in yourself. You must invest in order to develop a healthy ego, because healthy egos leads to success. And there's 3 factors that you need to know in developing this healthy ego. You need to have humility, you need to have curiosity, and you need to have veracity. Myth number 4 says coaching is time consuming. The reality is just the opposite. Good coaching happens in brief and sharply focused doses. Effective coaching will increase the probability of getting it right the first time and therefore save time in the future. No matter who you are and what you do, again, time management is extremely important in your life. How many times, and I asked this before, how many times do you wish you had an extra hour or an extra day to get some things done? Coaching will help you identify what the things that steal your time. So I like to call this my time suckers. There's things that just suck your time away. Come on, we already are thinking of that person that calls you all the time that you don't want to talk to because they take forever to tell you what the problem is or to engage in conversation, right? There are things that we do that steal time from you, and I call them time suckers. And when I coach, I tell them, why didn't you do your prospecting? Why didn't you do this? And we start identifying that there are things that you did that you shouldn't have not done because it stole most of your day, and now you're not productive. There's things that steal your time. Some of the things that contribute for stealing time or being a time sucker is poor planning. If you don't plan, it's going to be a time sucker for you. Trying to do too much at once. You seen that person that just running around trying to do everything at once? I mean, you need to have your mind on the one thing. Isn't that a great book? The One Thing. This is a big one. Delegating tasks to the wrong person. That's a time sucker. When you delegate tasks to the wrong person. You know why? Because you're going to spend so much time trying to fix up the mistakes of that person that you delegated it to. Because probably that person wasn't equipped, wasn't trained well. That person wasn't really prepared for the task that you gave them. So now you're telling them, go, run, do it. The poor person goes, runs, do it the best they can. And when it comes to your desk, you see that it's all wrong. That's because you have the wrong person in the wrong place. That takes time. And disorganization is another factor to time. You got to organize yourself. Coaching is going to help you put you on a schedule where it's going to allow you to do all the activities that make sense. We call it the money-making activities at Provident Legacy. In our real estate office, we have 25 wonderful young agents. And they're all coaching us saying, okay, what are you doing to make money? Your activity must be money-making activities. Are you arguing with the landlord? Are you arguing with the tenant? No, do something that is going to be productive. And you need to spend your time in productive money-making activities. Now that's in business, but in your personal life, you need to find out what is your priority, what are your goals, and spend your time in pushing that priority, whether it be your family, whether it be saving money to go on that vacation, whatever that priority is, you need to be spending time focusing on that priority and forget about the time suckers, because the time suckers is just gonna make you stagnant like the water in the pool. You gotta push your agenda forward, and you have to have good time management. A coach will help you hold you accountable to that. It's amazing because I could sit with some of my people and I'll say, okay, so what did you do this week? Okay, what did you do the last hour? Okay, what did you do this? And most of the time they're like, well, I tried to do this, but then I had to drop it and move to do this. And then I had to do that, but then this came up, and then this came up, and this came up. And I said, did you follow your schedule? Because all my people have schedules. And on their schedule, they have time for everything. So at the end of the day, they should have been able to do everything that a real estate agent needs to do and be productive. A coach will help you keep you on track. Benefit is that coaching helps develop plans and schedules. I don't know about you, but when I have a to-do list, who here keeps to-do lists? Am I the only one? When I have a to-do list, I love completing and checking off items. You know why? Because that motivates me. It motivates. If there's one thing that I learned about Isa is that if you give him a list of things that he has to do that day, he's not going to go home until everything on that list is done. And then when he's finished, he looks and he says, wow, we had a good day. I feel accomplished. Because he loves completing and checking off items. It just motivates you. When you have a schedule, it streamlines communications. Listen to this. It streamlines communication. That means that I am going to be careful who I talk to, how long I talk to them, and what am I talking about? I mean, if you're at the water cooler and you're talking about your vacation for an hour, I hate to tell you this, but that wasn't a money-making activity. That's not going to push your agenda forward. When you have a schedule, you limit, it streamlines your communication. Meaning, I have 2 minutes for you, Dr. Nunez. What do we need to do? Right? A lot of times, my people that I coach come in and they say, Gigi, you have a minute? And I tell them right now, I don't have a minute. Give me 2 more minutes, and I'm going to be right with you, because we talk about being present. Because when I want to talk to Dr. Nunez, or when I want to talk to Brentley, or when I want to talk to Danny, I want to be in the moment with them. I don't want to be thinking about what I have to do and the tasks I got to go and I got to do this and do that. No, I want to be focused on Danny, on Brentley, on George. I want to be focused on their need because I want to be present with them. But if they interrupt my schedule and they say, can I have 2 minutes? I'm going to let them know. Right now, I'm not a 10, because we have a thing from 1 to 10, 10 being totally present. 1 being not present. I tell them, guys, I'm a 3 right now. And they'll understand that. They'll come back. And they'll say, okay, are you ready now? And I say, I'm a 10. I'm ready. Boom, lay it on me. Because I'm present with you. I feel you. I'm ready to listen to you. Coaching, a schedule, streamlines your communication. And it keeps you away from the time suckers. And it prepares you for the unexpected. Benefit number 5 is that coaching holds you accountable to your unmet goals. Remember those goals that Dr. Nunez was talking about? Coaching helps you hold you accountable to that. And there's something called the law of accumulation, or the principle of incremental improvement. It talks about improving yourself little by little, 1 task at a time, an inch at a time. And this law says this, look at this. If you are held accountable for 1/10 of 1% of your day, 1/10 of 1% of your day. At the end of the year, and they have all this mathematics, but at the end of the year, you will be more productive by 26%. By 26%. If you take your 26% of more productivity each year, and you're productive like that for 10 years, at the end of 10 years, at the end of the decade, you would have been 1,004% more productive. That's what happens when you have somebody challenging your day. As a coach, I'm going to sit there, I'm going to say, tell me about your day. How did it go? What did you do? And did that push forward the goals that you told me about a few days ago? On a weekly basis, I'm going to challenge you. What did you do? How did you do it? How did it make you feel? What did you learn about that? And did that push you forward so that your goal can be accomplished at the end of the year? Coaching holds you accountable to your unmet goals. My fifth myth is that coaching is too expensive and only wealthy people can afford it. The true expense is actually not investing in yourself. That's the true expense. And lucky for you, the Legacy Academy provides a variety of coaching programs, products, and seminars that are affordable to the everyday person who believes in themselves and who wants to make the investment. Lucky for you, you can be coached. Me, you can be coached by Isa, you can be coached by Doctor, you can be coached by Victor. We have professionals who are ready to invest in your life if you're willing to invest in it first. See, as a pastor, a lot of people want my time and want my attention. And a lot of people seek my advice, and a lot of people seek my guidance. And out of love, I give it to everyone who asks me. I give it to everyone who needs that extra push, that needs that extra help. But the truth is, I can't be in their life every single day. Why? Because I own a home, and I have a family, and I have dreams, and I have aspirations, and I need to work. So if I could do this on a full-time, I would, but right now I can't, so I got to work. So now my time has to be limited. So what I tell them, sign up, let me coach you. And you will get the opportunity to meet with me every week. And we could talk about all your journeys and talk about all your goals. And I can help you, push you forward. Because the Legacy Academy is about pushing you forward. We all need coaching. Every single one of us. Yes, you need to sign up today for coaching. Invest in your life and in yourself. That's it. Thank you so much.